Steam curls from the mug, bare feet press the cool tile. Rain taps against the glass pane, the record crackles in the corner. Ooh, blue light flashes on the counter, your name stays on the screen. The room feels suddenly very small. A voice on the table, the hammock sways in the yard. I need a fresh start today. Now the house stays quiet again. Every breath feels calm and easy. The paperback rests on my chest, old ink stains the white page. I leave the ringer on silent, green leaves shade the porch floor. The buzzing stops at last. Now my thumb hovers above the glass. Everything feels chill in the dark. Voice on the table, we have to begin again. Now the warmth stays hot in hand. Birds wake up in the trees. It feels good to be alone. Voice on the table, the screen finally goes dark. I will rebuild this life. This world feels relaxed and slow. Voice on the table, I won't start it all over. New light hits the kitchen wall. The rain makes a slow song. This house feels like home again. Let the record play. Everything is quiet and new. I finally let it ring. My phone light hits the ceiling. Your name flashes green on the desk. The room stays quiet and cold. The shoes are already tied tight. The vibration shakes the wooden floor. One finger hovers over the glass. I grab my keys instead of answering. Midnight dial tone, the rhythm gets into my blood. I move toward the front door. The city air feels like freedom. Let the ringing stop on its own. Da, 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 da. Street lamps paint the asphalt orange. My corner runs ahead of me. The heavy bass from a car passes. I leave the missed call behind. Music pours from a basement window. My heart beats against my ribs. The sidewalk turns into a stage. Midnight dial tone, watch me catch the perfect flow. Weight doesn't pull me down tonight. Everything looks better in the dark. I won't check the light again. Midnight dial tone, I find my own groove, I find my own space. I find my way out. Midnight dial tone, every step makes me settles on your sleeves. The street lamp glows behind us. My fingers twitch inside my coat. A quiet fog hangs in the air. The world stops spinning for a second. I reach out through the frozen space. My pulse jumps underneath my skin. I never stop waiting. The distance feels like a mile. Look down at my palm. Everything turns into a magical blur. The cold air tastes like sugar. Soft flakes catch in your eyelashes. We stand by the closed gate. The sidewalk disappears under the crust. One glove lies forgotten on the bench. The peaceful silence gets heavy now. Weight pulls my head toward yours. I never stop waiting. Ooh, the pavement holds our twin corners. Everything moves in slow motion tonight. My chest feels light and heavy. The clock on the tower strikes 2. Neither of us makes a sound. You wrap your fingers around mine. The heat burns through the winter. Home. Keep holding on to me. Cherry blossom petals find my coffee. They float on top of the black. The park bench feels twice as wide. One stamp sits heavy in my palm. My window is open for the first time. The cold air tastes like a new start. A handwritten letter waits for the mail. I never stop waiting. Your old address is still on the envelope. The ink looks blue against the white. Spring air makes everything feel lost. Now the ghost of us walks home. The radiator clicked all through the winter. I stayed behind those locked glass panes. Everything from the past stays in a box. One half-written page lies on the floor. A bird lands on the iron railing. The street lights blink in the haze. One deep breath changes my whole mind. I never stopped waiting. The pen baby. White steam curls from the mug, bare feet press the cool tile. Rain taps against the glass pane, the record crackles in the corner. Blue light flashes on the counter, the room feels suddenly very small. I stay relaxed in the chair. Your name stays heavy, this secret is a total risk. The table keeps shaking beneath me, choosing you is always so wrong. Every call feels like a trap. Hammock sways under the old trees, a paperback sits on my chest. The grass feels soft and calm, the summer heat slows everything down. That vibrating sound cuts the air, the screen shows a forbidding ghost. My thumb hovers above the glass. Your name stays heavy, we choose to defy every rule. The air in here turns thin, picking up brings back the danger. Everything starts to spin in circles. I look out the dark window, you rebel against the quiet night. A chill runs down my spine, the coffee goes cold and bitter. Your name stays heavy, you are the one forbidden fruit. I watch the battery drain low, nothing about this feels very safe. The light finally goes black again. I keep the house quiet, the rain keeps falling down. Your voice stays in my head. I hover over the call button, dust settles on the wooden desk. The first draft hits the bin, so clock ticks past 2 tonight. I almost called you, pink petals float in my cup, the park bench stays half empty. I appreciate how we ended things. Today is a lucky day. The stamp sticks to my thumb, ink smudges on the white page. I finally wrote the whole truth, the envelope sits by the door. November air finally left the room, the window slides open with ease. Everything smells like a new start. I almost called you, one cherry blossom lands on me, the warmth stays hot for once. I am grateful you were there. Today is a lucky day. The mailbox looks like a mountain, my heart beats against my ribs. This letter needs to leave now. I am lucky to know you, the sidewalk turns like pink today. Whoa. Walking feels easier in the spring. I finally let the breath out. I almost called you. The sun hits the bench corner, fresh air fills up my lungs. I am thankful for the silence. Today is a lucky day. The letter drops inside now. I light reaches your eyelids in the morning. You let the heat settle on your skin. The kettle starts its loud metallic whistle. I stand in socks on the kitchen floor. Lazy day, feelings fill the room. This weekend has no name at all. Your contact stays open on my phone. Pick up the voice, the creative mess covers our small desk. I trace an artistic line across the wall. Your blue sweater hangs behind the door. Colors look different since you left town. No alarm rings to wake us up. Monday feels like 100 years away. Imaginative corners dance near the hallway mirror. My thumb hovers over the green car icon. The house stays quiet and very still. I count the steps to the front door. My heart beats fast against my ribs. Pick up the voice and quiet sketch lies on the floor. Lively yellow paint stains my palms today. The tea gets cold in your favorite cup. Everything reminds me of your messy hair. Oh, pick up the voice, I just wanna hear you speak. Tell me about your new apartment. Are you painting the walls white again? Pick up the voice, this house feels like a half-finished canvas. A colorful world is waiting outside today. The kitchen floor is far too cold now. I still remember how you liked your warmth. I put the phone back down. The sunlight moves across the empty bed. Maybe I will try again tomorrow. Silver rings click on the glass. Your left palm stays open wide. Corners stretch across the white cloth. Two chairs face the empty window. My pulse kicks against the skin. The distance measures only 3 inches. One move changes every single thing. 4 a.m. reach, my ambition burns through the floor. The goal stands right before me. I strive for more than silence. You look at me like ice. Dust flows through the porch light. Cold air bites at my sleeve. I watch your fingers twitch slightly. The heavy street stays very quiet. The world stops at your wrist. I aim for a new beginning. Everything hangs on this small touch. 4 a.m. reach, the target feels so close tonight. I pursue the fire in you. Each breath costs me a fortune. Weight pulls us toward the edge. Oh, I take the lead now. The risk keeps me away. Nothing else matters but this. We sit on the brick wall, corner stretch across your shoes. My hand moves an inch closer. You look down at the grass. Night gets heavy, our sleeves touch in the dark. The soft silence fills the air. Your palm stays open and still. The street lamp flickers twice. Cars pass by the front gate. My fingers hover near your thumb. The air feels thick and cool. A soft hum starts nearby. Small movements change the mood. One breath holds everything together. Night gets heavy, the distance starts to close up. Everything feels quiet, and right now I finally reach for your skin. A vocal signal breaks the quiet. Your pinky finger hooks mine. This quiet moment says it. The wait is finally over. An honest shift begins here. Night gets heavy. No one else can see us. The world feels soft and slow. This night belongs to us. We stay on the wall. The porch light stays. Ice melts in my plastic cup. People dance around my steel shoes. Music shakes the glass in my hand. Nobody sees me standing by the wall. I wanna marry you. Sunlight hits your eyelids in the quiet. You let the morning stays a while. The kettle, but lonely high note. White socks press against the kitchen floor. I slide the gold ring back and forth. Laughter rings out from the crowded porch. This commitment feels heavier than the drink. The party lights blur into yellow circles. We made those vows in the dark. Our lazy day starts right at dawn. The calendar says we have no plans. I wanna marry you. No alarm goes off for our room. We have no names until it's Monday. Sunlight creeps across the messy, tangled sheets. The weekend stretches out like a long road. The room spins with strangers and noise. I just want a quiet kitchen floor. Everything changed after the sun came above. I keep your secret in my pocket. We are bonded together for forever. Now the world is loud, but we are silent. Monday feels 1,000 years away tonight. I wanna marry you. You stand still while the water boils. The morning light reaches for your face. I watch the steam rise into the air. We stay in bed until the corners move. I am coming home soon. Let the kettle keep on whistling. Just wait for Monday to find us. Gold rays crawl across the duvet. The light finds my heavy eyelids. Morning warmth stays on my skin. This lazy day has no end. White steam hits the kitchen wall. The kettle sings a lonely song. Your number sits on the screen. Silk sheets feel heavy. Success means I finally made it. The shows a late hour. Sunlight moves toward the empty hall. No alarm sounds in the air. One message waits in the drafts. The send button looks so small. My thumb hovers over your name. Silk sheets feel heavy. I accomplished what I wanted most. The triumph is this silent space. Gold rings rest on the wood. A win is just staying home. Silk sheets feel heavy. My hand reaches for yours. The mattress stays cool and wide. This feeling is plain white. Silk sheets feel heavy. The weekend belongs to no one. Every goal sits in the rear. I achieve a perfect morning peace. Success is having nowhere to go. Monday is miles away now. The sun stays on the bed. I put the phone down. Silver wings cut the heavy fog. My fingers hover near your sleeve. The terminal glass feels ice cold. Everything old stays on that plane. Your palm waits an inch away. My skin starts to prickle fast. The air gets thin between us. Will you hold? We could travel past the borders. Every city looks new tonight. I want to explore your mind. The world fits in this moment. Dust settles on my heavy bags. I drop the map on concrete. Your thumb brushes against my wrist. The ticket in my pocket tears. I might catch a sudden wind. You look like a finished journey. The tension breaks the quiet line. Will you hold? Let's discover what we both missed. We can wander through the crowds. The map burns in my hand. Everything changes when we touch now. Maybe you pull back your arm now. I stand here all alone. The engine roar dies out slow. You close the gap and breathe. Will you hold? The road starts at our feet. We don't need a single plan. This journey starts with your grip. The window opens up for us. I won't let go first. The lights blink on ahead. We walk into the street. The party roars through the wall. Nobody sees me leaning here alone. Laughter spills like ice on the floor. Your name is just a quiet thought. Ice cubes melt in my glass. The weekend moves without a sound. My feet stay heavy on the rug. Cold kitchen floor. Morning light hits my closed eyes. The kettle sings a high note. White clouds drift past the frame. I soar above the messy room. Sunlight creeps across the rumpled bed. One lazy lazy day stretches out ahead. No alarm rings in the quiet. The dust dances in the tired beam. The water starts to boil now. Monday feels like a distant country. I have no plan for today. Cold kitchen floor, the sky opens up through air. My heavy boots stay in the hall, flying high over the garden fence. I leave the noise behind me. Oh, cold kitchen floor, steam rises into the air. Small birds hop on the sill. The world stays very still now. Kitchen floor, my wings catch the morning draft. Socks keep my toes from freezing. I soar where the air is thin. Nothing pulls me back to earth. I let the sun burn. Monday is a long way high above the sleeping street. Coffee steam curls into the dark. Bare feet press against the cool tile. Rain taps a rhythm on the glass. The old record crackles in the corner. A half-read paperback stays face down. The hammock sways beneath the oak trees. Autumn air brings a sudden chill. It was always you. Tired leaves cover the gravel drive. Your old sweater smells like wood smoke. Everything is changing way too fast. I finally admit the truth tonight. 3 in the morning feels too honest. The kitchen light flickers then dies out. You left your keys on the counter. Silence fills up the hallway now. My voice sounds thin and shaky. The relaxed mood turns into a weight. I finally stop lying to myself. It was always you. Fading light hits the empty porch. A nostalgic song plays on repeat. The wind feels different this year. I should have said this sooner. The house feels far too calm. Memory behaves like a gentle ghost. One teacup sits on the table. The unfiltered truth burns my throat. It was always you. Gray clouds move across the moon. Yellow pages flutter in the breeze. This house feels much bigger alone. The season turns without your hand. Keep the porch light. Winter is coming for us. Your name lights up the dark kitchen. The phone vibrates against the wood. I keep my hands in my pockets. Cold air comes through the window gap. The green button looks like a trap. My thumb hovers over the glass screen. One touch could change the whole night. Why you calling now? The past is just a heavy coat. I finally learned to breathe alone. You were gone for 3 salt and ice. The screen goes black and then bright. Silence fills the room between the rings. That photo of us is still gone. I threw the frame in the trash. The floorboards feel like a thin wire. I pace from the sink to the door. The vibration stops, then starts again. Why you calling now? Your ghost is hiding in the hall. I won't let you inside today. That memory doesn't move me anymore. This freedom feels like a long run. Baby, you just want to say hello. Now you forgot how much it hurt. The ringing ends and the house stays quiet. Why you calling now? The city lights look better without you. I can walk these streets on my own. Everything we had is officially buried. This freedom is all I have left. I put the phone face down. The red light finally stopped. Mine again tonight. Yeah. Ice cubes rattling glass. Your watch ticks on skin. My fingers graze your sleeve. The table feels too wide. First hand reach, the air turns sharp and cold. My blood rushes like a river. I hope you don't go back. Every nerve starts a fire. Dust floats in a sunbeam. You look down at my palm. My breathing gets too loud. The silence is a wall. This is a soft risk. You shift your way closer. Weight pulls at my chest. First hand reach, butterflies tear through my stomach. Everything else just stops moving. Hold on, don't let me go. I can't feel my face. My pulses are soft beat. Your fingers twitch near mine. The tension hurts my throat. Give me an honest sign. Move an inch to the left. Say something to break this. The room is getting small. First hand reach, we build a quiet spark. I never felt this before. Electric skin hits the wire. Take the jump with me. Your thumb touches mine. Please don't move away. Just stay right here. Pink cherry blossom petals find my coffee. They float on top of the black. The park bench feels twice as wide. One stem sits heavy in my palm. The spring air tastes like a new start. A handwritten letter waits for the mail. 2 cups, 1 chair, so we used to watch the birds soar. Now the sky looks far away. Every white cloud keeps its secrets. Weight won't let go of my feet. Blue ink smears against the white paper. The envelope corner has a tiny fold. People walk by with the dogs running. Nobody notices me hiding the looks very cold. Streetlights flicker on across the grass. My fingers reach for the black handle. 2 cups, 1 chair, so these paper wings won't carry me high. The wind pulls the hair from my face. Maybe you are already flying home. 1 deep fills my lungs. The letter slides into the dark slot. That heavy weight finally hits the bottom. The metal snap echoes through the park. 2 cups, 1 chair, so I wanna see the clouds today. Watch the summer coming in fast. We could soar above the green trees. The sun feels different on my skin. I'm walking home alone. The window stays wide open. Tomorrow the air will be sweet. My heels click against the marble. The soft road falls behind me. Nobody looks up from their glass. Silence fills the center of the room. The air tastes like a change. This suit fits better than before. They see the name they ignore. Paper crane flying high. A pink paddle hits the surface. The dark warmth begins to ripple. The soft line stays on repeat. The handwritten ink is finally dry. The window swings open since November. Cold drafts leave the floorboards now. Your eyes narrow at my coat. A heavy chair scrapes the floor. The spring sun hits the wall. That old letter leaves my pocket. Each word sounds like a victory. Paper crane flying high. Every note feels very soft today. That quiet look leaves your face. The room finds a quiet beat. Cherry blossom stems drift. I put the stamp in place. You watch the envelope hits the table. The doubt stays in your corner. My voice finally holds the way. Paper crane flying high. A vocal gift for the skeptics. One honest breath fills the space. The melody finds its own way. Success feels like a new start. Walking out the front door, the air tastes different now. Spring comes for the winter. Your name lights the kitchen wall. The phone vibrates against the glass. 7 months since we last spoke. The blue light hits my face. Fingers hover near the green button. The ringer cuts the heavy silence. Cars drive fast on the street. Pick up the voice, you were my favorite person. Our squad split up last summer. This loyal heart still beats fast. Tonight you sounded like a friend. The screen goes dark for a second. Old photo photos sit in my pocket. Coffee smells like a Sunday morning. Dust settles on your empty chair. Tension rises in my cold hands. One swipe could change the night. The room feels suddenly too large. Pick up the voice. I kept every secret safe. Being your power's enough. Once true trust never really burns out. The walls are listening for you. Pick up the voice. I stayed awake for this. The silence hurts my ears. Nobody else knows the truth. Oh, pick up the voice. We used to run these streets. A true buddy stays the same. Freedom feels a little like lonely. Now I finally hear your voice. We have so much time. Everything is okay right now. The sun starts to climb. White steam curls over my ceramic cup. Cold tiles press against my bare feet. The wall clock ticks in the dark. I never meant to stay away so long. Rainwater drums on the thin glass. Old records crackle through the silent hall. The kitchen smells exactly like before. I am home. Familiar corners stretch across the floor. Your old cardigan hangs on the door. The world outside finally feels small. We can just sit and watch the rain. Hammock strings creak under the oak tree. Paperback pages turn in the light breeze. This calm air settles in my lungs. Everything looks different but feels the same. Relaxed hands rest on the wooden porch. Coffee stains decorate the morning news. The road back was worth every mile. I am home. Green grass tickles my tired ankles. Your voice calls out from the hallway. No one has to say a word. I am home. My suitcase sits by the stairs. Welcome signs wait in every room. I am home. I am home. Books gather dust on the low shelf. A reunite moment tastes like honey. Let the record play until it stops. I won't leave again. The fire burns low now. Everything is finally still. White petals float in my cup. They land soft on the surface. Pink snow falls on this bench. Everyone watches from the heavy doors. I fix my tie twice now. The silk feels like a mistake. My old shoes wait at home. Bitter pink warmth. The air changed since November. I made every wrong move. Now my coat costs a fortune. Your faces look so small tonight. The metal latch clicks on time. Fresh fresh wind hits my dry face. Spring arrived without asking for help. I walk toward the silent chairs. That handwritten letter stays tucked away. The ink smudge marks my defeat. You never thought I would arrive. Bitter pink warmth, the cherry blossom hits the dirt. I remember how I failed. Now this ring weighs too much. The new star tastes like ash. They told me to stay down. I stayed in that dark room, watching the crash from the window, learning how to breathe again today. Bitter pink warmth, I'd open the window wide. One mistake changed the world. You lose when you look away. The air reflects a different man. I send the letter now. The sky looks very different. Everything is finally quiet. Yeah. Go like crawls across the sheets. The sun finds my closed eyelids. I let the warmth stays there. The kettle begins to whistle loud. White steam hits the kitchen ceiling. Cold towels wake up my feet. This weekend feels like an ocean. Set me free. The waves take the heavy thoughts. No alarm sounds in this room. Sailing through the quiet living room. My boat stays on the carpet. No plan waits on the table. The morning paper stays folded shut. Monday is 1,000 miles away. I spend a lazy day watching dust flies in the yellow beam. Wind shakes the window frame gently. The window starts at my door. Set me free. Large waves wash the floorboards clean. I answer to nobody right now. My boat catches the early breeze. The ocean is right outside tonight. Set me free. No name to answer. The wind is in my hair. Just ocean calls for me now. Set me free. The waves take the heavy thoughts. And clock on the wall stopped. Every room turns into deep water. I am sailing past the edge. Just a lazy day today. Monday is a ghost town. Wait for the tide. White steam curls from the mug. Bare feet press the cool tile. Rain taps against the glass pane. The record crackles in the corner. Ooh, blue light flashes on the counter. Your name stays on the screen. The room feels suddenly very small. A voice on the table. The hammock sways in the yard. I need a fresh start today. Now the house stays quiet again. Every breath feels calm and easy. The paperback rests on my chest. Old ink stains the white page. I leave the ringer on silent. Green leaves shade the porch floor. The buzzing stops at last. Now my thumb hovers above the glass. Everything feels chill in the dark. Voice on the table. We have to begin again now. The warmth stays hot in hand. Birds wake up in the trees. It feels good to be alone. Voice on the table. The screen finally goes dark. I will rebuild hits the kitchen wall. The rain makes a slow song. This house feels like home again. Let the record play. Everything is quiet and new. I finally let it ring.
My phone light hits the ceiling. Your name flashes green on the desk. The room stays quiet and cold. The shoes are already tied tight. The vibration shakes the wooden floor. One finger hovers over the glass. I grab my keys instead of answering. Midnight dial tone. The rhythm gets into my blood. I move toward the front door. The city air feels like freedom. Let the ringing stop on its own. Da, 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 da. Street lamps paint the asphalt orange. My corner runs ahead of me. The heavy bass from a car passes. I leave the missed call behind. Music pours from a basement window. My heart beats against my ribs. The sidewalk turns into a stage. Midnight dial tone. Watch me catch the perfect flow. Weight doesn't pull me down tonight. Everything looks better in the dark. I won't check the light again. Midnight dial tone. I find my own groove. I find my own space. I find my way out. Midnight dial tone. Every step makes me feel alive. Sway with the wind on the corner. The world is wide and wide open. Nobody can tell me to stay. The battery finally dies. Keep dancing down the block. I am gone for good.